Wonderful. All right, welcome everybody. So we're going to begin this week's practice. As I'm talking for this introduction, I welcome you to get nice and cozy, to get yourself as comfortable as possible. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's in this live with me, holding this space. It really means a lot. So, and everyone connecting to the recording, thank you for taking your time to be here, to have a moment to yourself. And you may know this is the start of a 12-week journey where we'll be tuning into different senses every week so that we can start to tune into them primarily to feel what it's like to awaken them. And we'll also be using practices to cleanse them. So all with the intention of being able to experience our reality with more space and more clarity. So the practices that we do in the lives, I welcome you to try doing them every day if you have a few minutes to tune in, and it just keeps the whole exploration for that week alive and in your awareness. So thank you once again for choosing to spend your time here with us all in this recording. And just let's stay curious to see what comes through, to see what insights, see what sensations, to see what guidance comes from these practices. So each week will kind of be layering onto the experience of the week before. So throughout our time, see how deeply you can say yes to being here, to feel, to listen, to observe, because that is the fundamental practice of everything we're doing, is strengthening our focus and our ability to stay present with what is. For anyone who doesn't know me, I know we've got a lot of new people signing up to the subscription. So I just want to say hi, and I'm Danielle. I'll be the one guiding over these Thursday circles. And I have been supporting women for over a decade through holistic health practices. And before this, I was a nurse. And so I come into this online space just to kind of create a rhythm for myself and for others who are looking for that in their lives. And I've just opened more slots for one-on-ones. So if you want to come and work with me privately, then you'll find the link for that in the email that I'll send after this, after you've watched this recording. So let us begin. Let us first tune in with where we're at, because that is the first part, is accepting our reality as it is. So it doesn't mean you have to love it. It just means you are coming to experience it as it is in this moment. There might be some things that you can change to make yourself more comfortable. Like if your window's open and it's noisy and you want some peace, you can close your window. Or if you're feeling too hot, you can take off some clothes or put some clothes on if you're feeling cold. And throughout our time together, just remember that this is your practice. So if you need to dance, if you want to write, if you want to lay down, take a drink, go to the toilet, you listen to your body and honor it. There will be times where you will be challenged, where the mind will try to pull you in a different direction. So we'll come to notice where we can stay strong in our focus and stay more deeply with the practice. But you'll get to know that movement of the mind and its attempt to pull you out of sensation for whatever reason. And there's probably a really good reason. Our body's very intelligent, and all it wants to do is to keep us safe. And there's sometimes that there's a threat that is a perceived threat. So we can come to notice that, and then with each inhale, bring our awareness back into our body. So honoring ourselves, honoring our capacity, what we can hold today, and let's see what comes through. So we'll start with the meditation. Actually, these sessions, we're going to start off with a physical practice to cleanse the senses, whichever sense we're working on. Then we'll go into the meditation, and we'll rest there at the end with some reflection questions, and then finally coming to meet each other, whoever's in the live space, to see if there's anything that wants to come through. So as I continue to speak, to deepen our mind, our body into this practice, take this opportunity to get yourself nice and comfortable, to notice if your mouth is dry and you need a drink, or if there's anything else that you can do to support your body in this moment. In today's exploration, we will be putting our focus on our eyes and our ability to see. So already you might be noticing how your eyes feel. You might notice any tension around the eyes. You might notice your eyes are dry or that they want to close today. So just bringing your awareness to your eyes and seeing how they feel in sensation. So our eyes are receiving the light, but it's the brain that creates the image that we experience. As many people know, we don't see reality as it is, we interpret it. So we only see a very small percentage of what is available outside of our body. We can only see a very small percentage of frequencies which enter our eye and we can interpret. So our brain is constantly filtering through so that we can create images that make sense. And each moment is influenced by our past experiences, by our beliefs, by what is happening in this moment in our environment. So we're seeing the world through our own unique lens. No two people will see the same thing. It's quite amazing, really. And even just that, just this knowing as we start to deepen into this exploration can make some space, because it can open us up to things that we don't see, we don't interpret. So we can allow ourselves to receive and connect with ourselves and the world around us through from a deeper place. And some of us wear glasses here, contact lenses. Some of us struggle with dry eyes or a twitchy eye, which I've been having a lot of recently. Oh, it just came. It's like, hello, did you call for me? Yes, you did. It came. So yeah, our eyesight can become less clear through things like lack of sleep, through stress, through screen time, through dehydration, through just gradual over time aging of the eyes, poor nutrition. There's a number of things that can affect it. So that means we can also support our eyesight to see more clearly through making sure we get nourishing rest, sleep, through not looking at the screen so much. So if you start to feel your eyes wanting to close down, just close your eyes and listen to my voice. Things like spending time in nature, looking in the distance, looking through your peripheral vision. It can be through just closing the eyes and resting the eyes, maybe putting some cucumbers on your eyes if they're feeling dry and hot. There's a number of things that we can do to support our eyes so we can clear that channel to see more clearly. And there's a few herbs that I'm actually taking right now. Bilberry, I don't know if anyone's heard of that, and calendula has been really great for me because I wear contact lenses, my eyes are dry, and that is really helpful. But there's a number of things that you can just look up and see if you need that support. It can come from nutrition. But also we can think about it from another point of view. Like if we, this is from a spiritual aspect, like sometimes there might be things that we don't want to see. There might be things that we are avoiding. And so our eyesight can be affected by that. If there's something in our environment that's causing that is initiating this feeling that there's a threat, or if there is something coming up from within us, from the memories that live within ourselves, that can also affect our eyesight. I don't know if anyone's experienced this as they've gone through stressful times where maybe they get an eye infection, or the eyes become really dry that it's hard to see, or sometimes losing their vision. So just some things to notice. And there might be the questions that arise like, what am I not wanting to see? Or what truth have I been avoiding? Where am I looking outside of myself instead of going inwards to have the guidance or the truth revealed? So these kind of questions can just open us up to a bigger perspective of what is happening in our life. Even if you don't have eye issues, just these questions will also help us to see through a wider lens, or bring ourselves inwards to be able to see and experience what is happening within. So these are just invitations into this awareness around our ability to see, to clear in this channel of this sense that helps us to interact with the outside world, to make sense of it. All right, now we're going to go deeper into our practice. If anything comes up as I'm speaking or sharing, just write it down, and we can share it at the end. Okay. Noticing your breath. So finding the point on your body, it might be your nose or your mouth, where the breath comes in. That point where it touches and it wakes up when your inhale breath comes in. And then feeling that space, the last part of your body that it touches when it leaves the body. Continue to follow and notice that sensation that is touched by the inhale and the exhale breath. You might feel ready to close your eyes, so see what feels good for you right now. Arriving in this space with a deep curiosity. Now, on the next exhale breath, open your eyes and look for something close to you that you can rest your gaze on. Something that doesn't have words, preferably something that is an object without words, without writing on it. Okay, so now as you're gazing at this object, notice its color, notice its shape, its texture. Notice where the light touches, so you can see the light and the shade. And we're practicing observing without needing to have any kind of in-depth information. We're just resting the eyes and noticing the things that we can see with our eyes. Now take a deep breath, close your eyes again, follow the rhythm of your breath. Now we're going to open our eyes and gaze at something that is further away. So you might be able to see out of your window. You might not, so you might just be looking beyond where you are. And notice how the eyes adjust. You might be able to notice the sensation which awakens when you take your gaze further away from you. And keep your gaze rested on that point, just one point in distance. And as you place this one point of awareness as far away from your body as you possibly can, there's another point of awareness that you can feel that you place around the eyes and you feel the adjustments being made. For some of you, you might notice micro adjustments with the muscles, or maybe needing to blink more. Maybe the body softens or contracts more when looking at a distance. So just notice. And let's shift to the opposite again, the object that was closest to you. And notice now, with 1 point of awareness on the object closest, 1 point of awareness around the eyes, the difference in sensations when gazing at something closer to you. And you might be able to notice where the body feels softest, when the gaze is further away or when the gaze is closest, just to notice. Take some deep breaths so that you can fully experience. Okay, and with the next exhale, let the eyes wander wherever they want to go. You might even want to just touch around your face. You might want to look around your room. Let your eyes be free to go wherever they want to go. Observe without getting too attached to what it is that you are observing. Notice how that feels to give your eyes the freedom to move. And we're just noticing, observing. You might be able to see how your body is responding to this practice. If it is giving you softness, if your nervous system is being soothed by this, or if it's being awakened, maybe it feels curious, or maybe it feels more of what you label as an anxiety. So we're just coming to build our capacity for whatever arises through each practice. Sometimes it feels easier to stay when we're feeling comfortable and relaxed compared to maybe what we label as anxiety. But actually, both give us an opportunity to stay. And if you need to, you can stay in your mind. I am here to practice. I am staying to feel. I am staying to clear and connect to my senses. Okay. Let's close the eyes down. Take a really slow, long breath in. And a slow, long breath out. Give yourself the permission to arrive, to be held by the land that you are on, with the elementals that are around you, holding you, giving you everything that you need to stay alive right now, to experience this life through all of your senses. Can you release anything that you don't need to carry in this space of exploration? Anything that you've been holding on to, any threads of awareness that might be hooked into different projects, responsibilities, relationships. Let your energy come home. So with each inhale, let your energy come back. You might even use your hands to bring your energy back, and notice how it feels to call your energy back and to be filled up and to be nourished. Bring it back from today, from yesterday, from tomorrow, if that's where it's going. Just call it all back. Everything can wait for now. And the deep breath in is going to welcome somebody, whether it's an animal or a person, or maybe even a place or a memory that makes you feel this sense of comfort, the feeling of being loved, seen. It might even be a song or a color or a touch that you can offer yourself. Allow yourself to receive that and rest in that feeling of being held, of being appreciated and seen. Real deep breaths into that one to pull that in. So now we're going to a bit more of a physical practice to see if we can soften and release any tension around the eyes. So with the palms of the hands, gently starting to place the palms over the eyes. Find the pressure that feels good. You might feel the fluid moving around your eyeball. You don't want to press too hard so you get them stars. For sure, you're going to see colors. Maybe some of you won't. But first, just find that place where the palm of the hand fits and it feels good, and you can feel the pressure also around the eye sockets. And now with your own exploration of this space and the pressure, come to gently massage with the palm around the eye. You might do like a pour in, like a cat does. You know, a cat when they come and massage you and they do left and right. You might want to try that, or gentle circles. Make sure that around the shoulders and the neck is relaxed. You might want to rest the elbows on the table at the side. See where needs that pressure, that release. You might notice where there is tension. And you can breathe deeply into this space. As we breathe, we bring this life force and the oxygen to the eyes and to the muscles around the eyes, offering the release of any unnecessary tension. And let's just hold here on a spot that we find that needs a good release. So hold it for a nice big inhale. And exhale, slide the palms to the side of the head. So you're opening to the side. Let's do that one more time. So this I recommend doing as soon as you wake up, and then going to find the sunlight. You might find that your hands want to move around your face to massage other points, but the idea of this is the release of unnecessary tension, and also just beginning. Once you have your hands on your face, you'll find that maybe there's an enjoyment in that, in the release, and you can continue for a little bit longer than you expected. There's just the beginning. So if you say, oh, I'm just going to do this for 5 breaths, and if you want to continue. Okay, so now let's just bring gentle blinking to the eyes. So you can look around the room, soft blinking of the eyes. You might want to look up and blink, and down to the sides. As you do that, as you're blinking, you can see if the rest of the body wants to move. And if at any point you feel dizzy or nauseous, just stop. Just look, come back to your normal breath. Okay. Rest on the blinking. Now you can do this next practice with the eyes closed or the eyes open, whatever feels good. But look up to the sky with your eyes only. You don't need to move your head. Keep the spine nice and long, top of the head reaching towards the sky. I'm going to keep my eyes closed, but you can keep them open if you want. And look up as high as you can for a deep inhale. And exhale, come back to center. The next breath will come in at its own rhythm. Any movements needed are welcome. Next, we'll gaze down. As far as you can go, you'll start to probably feel the pull just behind the eyeball. So take a deep breath in as you're looking down as far as you can. Exhale, release that, let the eyes wander. A breath in between each. And then look to the left. Remember, you don't need to force, just go as far as feels comfortable. You don't have to feel the full intensity of the pull. Exhale, relax. And finally, to the right. And exhale, release. Okay, soften your gaze. See what might need to happen to help you to feel more comfortable if anything's come up for you in that practice. Let's close the eyes down to follow our breath. Let yourself enjoy that breath. Nothing to do, simply observing. We're taking our gaze inwards. What did you notice during that physical practice? Was there any heat that was released? Was there any movements of energy, coolness, any thoughts, or were you able to stay present with the practice? It can really open up spaces where there's blocked energy or deep tension in the muscles, which can bring about different sensations. So now to be with the sensations, but also to see if there's anything you can offer yourself to become more comfortable. You need to lay down, you need to move, you need to just stand up and look outside, whatever you need to do. And if you're ready, we're going to transition into the meditation. So start to notice your breath. Start to notice how your body feels in this moment. And surround your body in a ball of light. You might notice that this energetic light bubble is very close to your skin, or it might be a meter out. It might be pushing against the walls of the room. And as you create that field for yourself, as you become aware of it, notice how it feels when this energy and this light gently holds your body, touches your skin. Is there a color? Is there a sensation that comes with it? Can you let your body be held in this space? Now, if you're feeling an element that is alive the most, like if the fire is running through you and it feels loud, if it feels it's extreme, or if there is a coolness that feels uncomfortable, or a heaviness, or you feel like your body is lifting and you prefer to find a meeting point. So if your body is feeling hot, maybe you can bring in the air element and let that surround you. Or if you're feeling cold, you can welcome in the fire element. If your body is feeling heavy, maybe water or air would support you. If your body is feeling light, or you feel in your mind where there's a sense of not being anchored, then you can welcome in maybe the water or the earth, whatever feels complementary to the experience that you're having. Let yourself be in that. With each breath, notice yourself finding balance and harmony. It might be that your breath wants to deepen, or it might want to move to a certain part of your body that feels empty or dull. Returning to yourself. And now we're going to energetically cleanse the eyes and the head. What color resonates with you for clearing or cleansing? What's the first color that comes through? You might be surprised. Let that color, let that light move towards your eyes and your head. You might see it as a waterfall coming through the top of your head, moving through your whole body. You might see it as a globe of light moving around your eyes and your head. It might be something else completely. But let that color, remember that color, let it come through and move through your eyes, your face, your head. And now with each inhale, we're really going to pull in that cleansing light to remove any unnecessary tension, to let yourself see what has been avoided if that feels safe for you, or even the insight that there is something that you don't want to see. You don't need to know what it is, but maybe the body responds to that. And then with each breath, we're inhaling that cleansing light. And exhale, there's a release of anything that no longer serves you. So let's stay with that breath, with our own practice. And if you are someone that visualizes, let the visual adapt to what you need, to what supports you. We're going to take a few minutes just in our own space to connect to that. And as our sense of sight is connected to different organs, is connected to the nervous system, to the spine, to the brain, take that light, and as you breathe in, let it be guided through your body to clear any channels that might be blocked or muddy or need some nourishment. And let yourself be surprised. You might already know the channels from what you've learned in different practices. Can you stay open to follow where that light goes to follow the pathways, and let yourself be surprised? So you might see the light moving through you. You might feel a coolness or a warmth. You might even need to move your body in a way that supports the opening of these channels. You might come to find yourself in a part of your body that feels tense. So bringing the light there, some gentle movements, and your loving awareness to this space to possibly release that unnecessary tension, maybe just to notice it today. Take 5 more breaths like this and really go into the feeling and the observation of the movement of this light and this energy, and see where it lands or see where it moves to. If there is a final meeting point, away maybe from the eyes or the head, it might be deeper in the body, go to that point and bring your inhale to that space to expand this space so it can get that beautiful life force, so it can get that cleansing light into that space. And ask this space, what does it need? Does it need a deeper breath? Does it need a gentler, more subtle breath? Would it like some movement or some touch? Or does it simply want to be seen? And let's hold our curiosity there to something that's maybe holding a belief or an idea about the world, of how we see it, or something we don't want to see, or something that is ready to be held, to be taken, to be held in our heart, to be looked at more deeply. A shift that's ready to happen, connected to how we see and perceive the world and ourselves. And whisper something to this space, something that feels true to you, along the lines of, I'm meeting myself with clear eyes, an open heart, a curious mind. I'm meeting the world with clear eyes, an open heart, a curious mind. And catch how the body responds to that, to not needing to know an answer, to allowing space to for shifts, for changes in the way we perceive ourselves in the world. Okay. Awareness back up the body if it's down, towards the lower part, to the eyes. Behind the eyelids, let your eyes move. See how they feel. Let the jaw soften, the shoulders release. Bring this breath into the head. Let the rhythm of your natural breath return. Notice if there is any movement that wants to come, any movement that wants to be expressed, anything that wants to be stretched or held, or maybe a humming that wants to be placed in a certain spot, a vibration or a color, whatever you feel connected to. And slowly we'll come to open our eyes. Don't look at the screen straight away. Look around you. Notice the colors. Notice the textures. Notice where the light touches, where the shade is. And see if you can tune into the sensation of gratitude for our ability to see, and also to tend to this sense that we have to connect to the world around us through our eyes. And if there's anything that your eyes, your face, your head needs, like a gentle massage or stroking, let that come. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through that practice. I welcome you to bring one or more of these practices into your day in the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed, so that you can have clearer dreams. There's two beautiful times of the day, but any moment really that you find you can bring this practice in, and just noticing how it feels to exist when you soften your gaze, when you soften your forehead and your jaw. You let the eyelids rest and you look at the world through this soft gaze. And the other practice that we brought in was the observation of seeing, of not needing to put labels on everything. And so that might be outside of you, or it might be the practice inwards when we have emotions come up or thoughts, just for a minute, just to notice before you interact with it or react or respond. Just making a little bit of space simply to feel and to look inwards. Thank you so much for that. Wow. We'll talk about how it made everyone feel in a moment. So I pulled some cards today before I started the practice, and one was the jeweled web. I don't know how, oh, you can see it here. It's like a cobweb, but with jewels on it. And underneath it says connectivity. And this card is all about remembering that we are always connected anyway, whether we like it or not. And that sometimes there can be that perceived disconnect because for whatever reason. So I like this card with what we're doing, because it is through clearing our senses that we get to experience this connection to the world around us more deeply, to the animals, to the plants, to the humans, to the elements, to the land, all of the things. So clearing our senses makes space, that channel for connection. And the other one I pulled from Mary Magdalene, so I've just pulled two today. And it says, I call myself back from all times and all places. And the card is presence. So whenever we're working with our senses, they are asking for our presence. So the more times that we're feeling disconnected or feeling out of our body, our presence is moving. Oh, she's gone. Goodbye. Our presence is moving to something away from how we're experiencing this life. So everybody who's on the recording, thank you, and take some time to ground yourself, to integrate this practice. For me, I just like to take a cup of tea and go and stand outside and take some breaths before I interact with anything. And if anything comes through, then you can reach out to me. And for everyone else who's here still, let's go into the private space to see if there's anything that wants to be shared.